Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It's 9 o'clock on a Monday. It's time for a 5x5. Now, this is where I take 5 subjects related to magic. I spend 5 minutes talking about each subject, and then I move on to the next subject. It's always quick, it's always snappy, and you never know what you're going to get. Now, today we're going back to the traditional 5x5 format. I'm going to talk about 5 completely different things. I'm going to highlight some tricks for you that you might not have seen before, and I'm even going to go through some of the strangest complaints that we've ever heard at my kids' entertainment company, Non-Stop Kids Entertainment. So there's a lot on this 5x5. Buckle up. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about today is the classic ball and vase. Now, when you think of the classic ball and vase, you think about the toy that you get in kids' magic sets. That's a little piece of plastic with a little shell inside it. Normally, it's a red vase, right? And it's got a little red piece of plastic in it. And you use it to do the classic ball and vase routine that we all learned when we first got into magic. A lot of people don't realise that you can do an awful lot more with a ball and vase. And there's a company out there called Airship Productions. You can go and check it out, Airship Magic. They make some fantastic and sell some fantastic props designed for magicians. And one of the things that they sell is a whole plethora of ball and vases made out of wood that don't use the traditional shell, but instead use real balls, and you can do various different routines with it. Now, one of the best routines for this type of ball and vase is by Mike Gallo. Gallo put out a ball and vase routine that used one of these wooden vases, didn't use the gimmicked shell, but instead he came up with some sleight of hand in order to put this really nice routine together with a ball and a vase. Now, I studied that routine many, many years ago, and I did it for a long time in restaurants. And then a little while ago, probably about a year ago now, I bought from Airship Magic a different type of ball and vase. It looks exactly the same. I've got it here. It comes in a little bag. And what you have here is you have, first of all, you have a big baseball. Then you have a smaller baseball. You have the actual vase itself, which is made out of wood. Beautiful, really, really beautiful prop. You get a miniature baseball bat, you get a miniature catcher's mitt, and you get another baseball. And these are the sort of baseballs that are made at TCC. And using all of these items and putting all of these items together, you can put together a whole bunch of different routines. And for the last year, I've been working on routines with this prop. And for probably the last 3 or 4 months, I've been out at gigs working this. And this is just kind of a shout out or a review in this first section to Airship. These are just amazing to work. Now, if you know the Gallo routine, and if you don't know the Gallo routine, in the second section of this week's 5x5, I'm going to do a full performance of my routine with this, which is very heavily based on and inspired by the Mike Gallo routine. I've just, added a final load and changed a few sequences around and so on and so forth. But if you don't know the Mike Gallo routine, it's fantastic. It's all based around one move, which is you have a ball inside the vase, and you have another ball, and you can literally tip this out and have it examined and then put the lid on, and you've switched the ball. And it's just a beautiful move. It really is. Once you understand, and it's not even that difficult to do. So once you understand that move and you understand the Mike Gallo routine, you can start really creating really cool sequences. And that's what we have here. And honestly, one of the questions that I get on this channel an awful lot is how to become more creative. How do you become more creative? How do you make tricks your own? Well, one of the ways that I do it is by buying a set and then going, right, okay, so this is my knowledge base. This is what I know about ball and vases. This is the routine. This is the routine that comes with it. How can I make this my own? What sequences can I pull from coin magic, or can I pull from cups and balls routines or chop cup routines? What sequences can I pull into this in order to make this trick my own? And I'm really happy with the routine you're about to see in a second, and it's one that really gets a great reaction. In the UK, baseball isn't as popular as it is in America, but everybody knows what it is. Everybody understands what one of these is. Everyone understands one of these is. And when you bring it out, it's such a surreal, strange prop. But then I think this is as strong as a chop cup. But the other thing is you never see anyone doing this. And maybe it's because they consider, this to be a kid's prop that everyone knows about, but it's not. It really isn't. I mean, I think people can tell the difference between this and one of those plastic things. And because this doesn't use any gimmick shells, it means that you can constantly have this examined at any point in the routine. Anything that you have on the table can be examined. The angles are really good. It's an immediate reset. It's got a big finish that they don't see coming. Everything's examinable at the end. Everything's examinable at the beginning. It's a great routine. And I love the baseball edition. I think that the baseball edition really gives this a nice hook that you don't normally get with a ball and vase. Even Mike's original ball and vase routine, it was like, well, this is a vase, this is a ball, it's going to disappear, it's going to appear here. By adding all of this baseball stuff into it, it really kind of takes things to the next level. So as a review, this is a mini review of this set. You can get it from Airship Magic. I checked today their website. It is available in limited quantities according to their website, but it is available. So you can get it directly from there. I'm going to give this 100%. I absolutely love this. I really do. But in the second section of this 5x5, I'm going to give you a full performance of this. So here's a performance of the routine that I use this for. That's coming up right now. How you doing, Michael?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm good. Do you play baseball?
No.
Okay. That's fine. I'm good. Have you ever played baseball?
Yeah.
Okay.
School.
Maybe as a kid. Right?
Yeah.
Well, inside this little vase thing, I actually have a baseball.
Okay.
A tiny little baseball. You can have a look at it and check it out and make sure it's okay. Is it good?
Tiny baseball.
Tiny baseball.
Oh, it's cute.
So the idea is for me to get the baseball back into the vase. That's what I have to do.
Okay.
Now, if I snap my fingers, if I told you it was there, would that be good?
Very good.
Yeah, that'd be good. I can't do that.
Oh.
The reason I can't do that is because this is baseball. Snapping the fingers and doing that sort of thing, that's magic. If I want to get the baseball in there, I have to use a baseball bat.
Oh my God.
Makes sense when you think about it. So all I have to do is go batter up. It's really important that you say batter up, else it won't work. And when you say batter up, check it out. There it is. It's back in the vase. You can take the baseball bat and you can do this yourself, but it's really important that you go batter up, else it won't work, okay? So, are you ready? I'll put that right there. You know what you got to do on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Batter up.
Honestly, it's amazing. You're a real magician there. I mean, this is incredible. You can't keep my baseball bat. It's an heirloom. Take it. Give it me back. Now, the other thing that you need when you're playing baseball, you need a baseball, you need a baseball bat. Randomly, you need one of these. I've never seen this in a baseball game before, but there you go. What else do you need? There's one more thing. Not every player has one.
The glove.
It's called the catcher's mitt, mate. But yes, the catcher's mitt. Because when you're playing baseball, sometimes you won't use the bat. You'll just use the catcher's mitt. And you'll use the ball, and people play catch with each other. Let me show you what this would look like. Watch. Let's see if I can do it by magic. You see the catcher's mitt?
Yeah.
Watch. Any questions? It's so weird. I mean, it's just getting bonkers now, but that's not what we're doing. What we're doing is this. Batter up. Every single time. Like, it's just getting ridiculous. Now, for the big finish, you're going to do this yourself. Everyone's going to love you. I know you did it before, but this is going to be the big finish, and you'll see why in a second, okay? Because I'm going to put this in my pocket, and it's going to go from the pocket to underneath here. When you go batter up, you just got to go batter up. Use it like a magic wand.
Batter up.
It's amazing. You did it. Look at that. How cool is that? But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Craig, that's not a big finish. How is that a big finish? It went in the vase. That's already happened like 3 or 4 times. This is a big finish. Do you know why? You can't tell until I take the baseball out, but you can see that it's a little bit bigger now. And you can examine everything, check everything out. It's all it's so weird. It doesn't even fit under there. I mean, that makes no sense whatsoever, but there you go. Okay, I have my iPad here with me, and the reason is I wanted to go through some really bizarre complaints with you. One thing that I do on a lot of the traditional 5x5s like this, like what we have here this week, is I regularly talk about horrible situations I've been in, fun performing stories, which weren't fun when it actually happened to me, but in hindsight, looking back, they're an absolute blast to talk about. And I'm going to be doing more of those on future 5x5s. But you know what? I wanted to talk about complaints because my kids' entertainment company, I think we do upwards of about 18,000 parties a year. And you know, I think we've got a 99% approval rating or something like that. We rarely get negative feedback, but when you're doing that many parties, occasionally it can happen. And I just thought I'd run through some of the most bizarre complaints we've ever had. Now, here's the thing. When you do the volume of gigs that we do, it's unavoidable to get complaints. I mean, it happens rarely, but it does happen. And customer service is really important to me. If you look at any of the stuff that I've put on the Netrix, you'll know that like customer service is paramount. It's one of the most important things. And I also have the attitude of generally the customer is always right. However, I find it really hard to say that the customer's right when you're going to hear some of these complaints. So here's a couple of them. If you like this and you want to hear more, I've actually got probably another 40 or 50 that I could go through. But here's a few choice complaints. And these are genuine complaints from customers that we've had. So we've gone and delivered a party, and this is the complaint. So, first one. And I'm not making this up, by the way. We have the email. You're going to think I'm making it up. I'm not. All of these are genuine complaints. Number one. Gandalf wasn't present. Let me read the actual complaint. Jack's sitting behind the camera. He's laughing because he's read these as well. Gandalf wasn't present. We expected a magician to look like Gandalf because we booked a magic show. We are very disappointed that he did not have a long grey beard. Everyone knows magicians should have long grey beards. That was a genuine complaint. This person wanted a refund because we turned up, the kids loved the party, everything was great, but we turned up and we didn't go and stand there with a big grey beard going, "You shall not pass." So there you go. This is a good one. I booked the hassle-free package because we have a package called the hassle-free package. I booked the hassle-free package and yet had to spend the entire time making cups of tea and coffee for the parents that were present. I expected the entertainers to do this. This was a hassle. Not explained to me. I want a refund. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. They wanted us to entertain the children and make teas and coffees for all of the parents as well. So there's that one. Let's have a look at some of these. This one's great. Okay. Genuine complaint. Please remember this. Genuine complaint. My son got so excited during the magic show, he wet himself. This is a brand new outfit and we expect your company to reimburse us in full for causing the accident that happened to the 4-year-old that laughed so hard he wet himself at the party, and they want us to fix that. Here's a great one. Genuine complaint. Please remember that. Genuine complaint. After the magic show, my son asked me how the tricks were done. I didn't know and couldn't tell him. I'm annoyed I've been made to look stupid in front of my son, and I blame your company and I want a refund. Are we seeing the pattern here? Everybody's ringing up wanting a refund because of something that we've apparently done. Yeah, okay, let's just go for it. Oh, this is a great one. So we have, at Nonstop Kids, we have a puppet called Charlie the Dog. He's on the show reel, he's on the website. He's kind of like our version of Mickey Mouse. Charlie's amazing. Every single entertainer in the company does Charlie the Dog. Very disappointed. We were told that the magic show would include a visit from Charlie the Dog. Imagine our frustratement and disappointment when Charlie turned out to be a puppet and not a real dog. Yeah.
Did they expect us, every entertainer to have a dog?
Every entertainer's got to take the same dog. You know, 200 or 300 parties a week.
Oh my God.
And we need to yes, that's what they said. I'm not even going to comment on this one. I'm just going to read it out. During the games session, although my son won two or three games, other children won prizes as well. I expected him to win every prize during every game played. It is his party after all, and I was very disappointed when he did not win every prize that was offered. I want a refund. Not commenting. Should we do one last one? Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. I booked your Wizard's Workshop package. We have a package called Wizard's Workshops, which is basically a magic workshop for kids where we do a show and then we teach them how to do very simple magic tricks. I booked your Wizard's Workshop package, which promised a Dynamo-style magic show. That's what we do. When we do the Wizard's Workshop package is designed for sort of 8 and above, and we do magic that you wouldn't see in the normal packages, you know, more Dynamo style magic, coin and bottle and stuff like that. We were all disappointed when Dynamo did not attend. Instead, it was a guy called Alex. He was very good, but we want a refund because we're missold. Dynamo did not attend. Okay, so there you go. Honestly, you know, maybe it's us. Maybe we should have sent Dynamo or something. I don't know, but it shows. You know, the customer is always right. Absolutely, 100%. The customer is always right. But there's no such thing as, you know, weird, right? Weird. You see complaints like this and you think, really? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And that's an example. If you want to see more funny stories or you want to hear more weird complaints, we've got a whole stack of them. Let me know in the comments and we can do another 5x5 in the future. Right, I'm going to do a deck review. I haven't done a deck review of Magic TV for a while, and I thought it's time for another deck review. And today I'm going to be looking at the Snakes and Ladders deck by Mechanical Industries. Now, Mechanical Industries, they, Quantum Mechanics Edition. Now, Mechanical Industries, it is Mechanical Industries, isn't it? I'm assuming it is. I thought it was. Yeah, it is. Designed and produced by Mechanical Industries Limited. They're the guys that do the grinder coins. They're the guys that do the coin fusion sets, and they've got some really nice stuff that they actually do. This is by them. Now, they were one of the first decks of cards that I saw that had animation built into the back design. And they've brought out a few decks of cards that have got that optical kind of strangeness to it and the animation. And this is the latest one. This got heavily promoted by Murphy's recently. Big trailer, hit social media. Everyone's been talking about them. So I wanted to give you guys a look at them and tell you what I thought. So first of all, let's come a little bit closer and we'll check this out. So this is the box. Very simple, very plain. Obviously, it's got a Snakes and Ladders theme, as you can see, with a snake going around a ladder. That's the back design right there on the backs of the cards. I'm going to bring these out in a second and show you them. First of all, as you would expect from the Mechanical Industries, the cards are beautiful. They handle brilliantly. They really do. They have been manufactured by the US Playing Card Company. So you would expect the quality to be really good. Now, before we look at the automation, let's look at the cards themselves. So you get a download link. So there's a download link so that you can download a tutorial for these cards. And that's one of the things I really like about Mechanical Industries. When they bring out a custom deck like this, they typically will offer tricks to do with this deck, and I think that makes them stand out above a lot of the other playing card companies and manufacturers that just literally bring the deck out. Let's have a look at the faces first of all. So you can see, I like the pips on the aces. I think they're really good. You got the snake's head there. But in terms of the actual cards themselves, they are very, very generic. You'll notice that the court cards have got little snakes on them. You can probably see that. They're holding snakes instead of swords and instead of flowers and so on and so forth. My favourite pip is the Ace of Hearts. I love the snake's head and the ladder coming down on it. And you'll notice that the red cards are yellow. That's the big difference in this deck. Again, very standard other than the colour. And you'll notice, again, you see the snake's heads in the court cards. There's the Ace of Spades pip. I mean, that's just really cool, isn't it? Let's be honest. Really, really nice. But again, and I love the fact that the snake is curled into what looks like a spade position. That's really nice. And then you've got all of those, and then you've got the diamond with the little ladder coming down. The two jokers are cool. You've got, and then you've got an extra 4 of clubs. Okay, you've got an extra 4 of clubs as well. Oh, there we go. We didn't want to have that happen. That's probably going to wreck the automation now. This is why I don't do deck reviews, but don't worry about it. I don't think anybody noticed. We will just pick these up and we will see. So yeah, you've got an extra 4 of clubs. You've got the Joker cards, which I quite like the fact that the Jokers are different, because that's going to allow us. There you go. There's the other Joker. That's going to allow us to do maybe, you know, some sort of change. I'm going to put these into order. I shouldn't have dropped these, and I'm very sorry that I did. I'm going to put them into order because I want to show you the automation. I think it's really important to show you the automation, and you guys can see that I absolutely am fingers and thumbs. There we go. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that. That goes there. I don't think anybody noticed. What do you reckon, Jack?
Notice what?
No, exactly. Thank you for that. So there, 6, 7, 8, Ace 2, 9, Ace, 2, 3. There we go. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Back in stack. Awesome. Because I wanted to show you the automation, but very quickly about the jokers. I mean, the fact that you've got 2 jokers and one's in this position, you could do like a double lift or an Erdnase change. Apparently, I've forgotten how to do an Erdnase change. You can do an Erdnase change, and you can have the Joker wrap around. Sorry, have the snake wrap around the ladder, which is quite cool. But it's this that everybody wants. This is what makes this deck so special. If I riffle, you can see the automation on the cards. I mean, I just think that looks amazing. I mean, if you're doing an ambitious card, for example, and you want to punctuate the moment that the card comes to the top of the deck, having that automation looks really good. Now, if you shuffle the cards, you still have that animation. So you still have the animation. So if I give the cards a bit of a shuffle, you still have that. It's a bit jaggedy, but you still have that animation. So you can do it like, as I say, with an ambitious card. So you put the card down into the middle and you say, look, you'll see the moment. Did you see that? That's the moment that the card comes to the top of the pack. I really like that animation. I really do. I think it really sets this deck off. So really, what's there to say about it? It feels really nice. It looks really nice. It's just a really nice deck of cards. You've got a tutorial link, which makes it stand out from anyone else. If you're looking for a nice speciality deck of cards, this is absolutely one you should go for. It's called the Snakes and Ladders deck, and it's by Fingers and Thumbs. It's by the Mechanical Industries. Okay, so one last thing I wanted to talk about this week, and that's the Devil's Hank. Now, I've used Devil's Hanks in the past, but I haven't used one in a while, and I needed a good way of vanishing a Rubik's Cube, and I'll tell you why in a second, but I needed a good way to vanish a Rubik's Cube, and I asked around and I asked people at the Magic Circle, and everybody suggested Nicola Arcane and her Anything Vanisher, which was really good, or a Devil's Hank, and everybody who I spoke to suggested Lee Alex. When it comes to the Devil's Hanks, it's Lee Alex that I should speak to, and so I spoke to Lee Alex, who's an amazing guy, you know, an expert, a true expert when it comes to quick change. And I said to him, hey, would the Devil's Hank do this? And he immediately sent me a video back saying, yes, it would. And by the way, here's a video showing you how it looks. And I'm like, amazing. I'm going to get one of those. And I want to give a shout out. This is really kind of like a review stroke testimonial for Lee Alex's range of Devil's Hanks. This is the Devil's Hank 2. The latest one. You can get it through Murphy's. I actually got this through Alakazam. But you can get them from anywhere because it's a Murphy's item. You can get them directly from Lee Alex. He's actually making a custom one for me as well. Let me explain what I needed it for, because maybe you guys need something similar, and it took me a while to get to this point. So in Ryland's new show, he's doing a blindfold Rubik's Cube solve, right? So he's sitting down on a stool, and he said at the beginning of the show, he hands the cube out and he has various different people in the audience mix it. And then he says, right, okay, so the cube's been mixed up. I'm gonna try and solve it. Now, everything that you see is in your imagination. It's not real. You know, you're going to watch me doing this on stage, but it's all in your imagination. He then sits on a stool on stage. He takes the cube. Music comes on. He blindfolds himself. And then he sits there with the Rubik's Cube that the audience has mixed up. And he solves it blindfolded in about 30 seconds, which is a really cool moment. And, you know, the music that we've picked over the back of it is great. But then when he solved the cube, the music's continuing. And he says in the act, hey, you're probably wondering how this works. Well, like I said, everything was in your imagination. It's all an illusion. You think you saw me solve a cube, but I never even solved the cube. There wasn't even a cube here to begin with. And he vanishes the cube. He says, everything was in your imagination. I wasn't even sitting on a stool. And then he vanishes the stool. And it's a Blake Voigt vanishing stool to vanish the stool. So he's sitting on this stool, solving the cube. And at the end, he vanishes the stool. So that's Blake. And we wanted a way to vanish the cube. So you've got the cube, he solves the cube, really dramatic moment, solved it blindfolded. The audience has been mixing it up. Really, really cool. But then we wanted to vanish it. And this leads us to this, because we knew we wanted to do Blake's vanishing stool in order to make the stool vanish. But to make the stool vanish, but we wanted to know how we could actually make the Rubik's Cube vanish. And this is what we came up with. And it is, I have to tell you, just absolutely amazing. Now, I don't use this, Ryland does, but I just want to show you how good this is. Because of the material and because the way that Lee Alex has created this, you just put the cube right there inside. And Ryland did this on his Instagram account, so you can see it on the Instagram if you want to. But, you know, it's just like that. Boom. It's vanished. It's gone. You can show it both sides. I mean, that's a beautiful vanish of a Rubik's Cube. He can then ball that up, throw it in his case, and then after he's put it into his case, he can then go back to the stool, lift the cloth off, and the stool's gone. And the whole thing is just amazing. Crescendo moment at the end of the cube thing. The point is, this is an amazing Devil's Hank. I've seen some really cheap, tacky, nasty Devil's Hanks before that just aren't very good. And then we've got this one. This is fantastic. The material is well made. You know, it's perfect, because even with something bulky like a Rubik's Cube in there, you just can't tell. You can't see anything. It just looks like it's meant to look. And just as a shout out to Lee Alex, like I say, he's making a custom one for Ryland as well. So he's took Ryland's logo and he's made like a black and green and red Devil's Hank with the R and a Rubik's Cube, and it looks really, really cool. So if you're looking for a way to vanish a big bulky item like a Rubik's Cube, or you're wanting to do something like that in your show, go and speak to Lee Alex. Go and message him, go and contact him. He's a really friendly guy. He can make you a custom one for your show, or he can suggest the best place to get one from. Because I said to him, hey, I'm going to need one, because Ryland wanted to put it in his show that was coming up in like a week and a half's time. So he said, well, look, go and get one from a different dealer, and then we'll work on making a custom one for him a little bit later on. And I've already had the proofs for that. So super quality customer service by Lee Alex. Absolutely amazing prop. Does exactly what it's meant to do. I have fallen in love with it already. So yeah, there you go. If you're looking for a Devil's Hank, Lee Alex. Okay, guys, that's another 5x5 in the bag. Do me a favor, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now, you want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I'm going to be back again tomorrow with another video. I think we're going live with the Matchumentary tomorrow, so look out for that. And also, very, very important, don't forget, if you want to go check out the Netrix, it's www.thenetrix.com. That's www.thenetrix.com. You can get access to it immediately and see what all the fuss is about. You can cancel any time, but as I tell people, we've got a 0.06% cancellation rate, because when people join and they realize how much value we continually add every single week, nobody goes anywhere. Anyway, check it out if you want to. Regardless, I'm going to be back again soon. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Craig from Magic TV.